3:31 in the morning, open air log continuation. Still the 25th of July 2023 for Tuesday. The Weaver John C. Roseman, California. Yeah, I'm on a roll tonight. Well, actually, this morning anyway. The Roman Empire. How quaint. We had hundreds of years of despots and lunatics running an ever expanding, ever hungry, and ever screwed up empire. The originals, the original Romans out there who didn't vie for political power but just struggling for life and everything else. They really didn't care what the hell was going on. If they're rich enough, they'd get themselves a slave to help them out with things. But everything else went for the Senate and also went for the Praetor or the Caesar. We're showing the demonstrations of that every time we keep showing autocratic societies. We showed it in the last election cycle, which is still resonating right now as it is. Not in President Joe Biden, but previous to that, to the orange gas bag who got into the office at 2016. And everybody fell in love with an orange gas bag who gaslighted everybody left and right. I was trying to tell him how great he is and how this and how that, and everyone else bought it and ate it up. How we're going to be great again. But then again, we weren't showing it because we were showing more deference to an orange gas bag who was eating it up left and right. Reminded me too much of the con jobs we actually had back in the 80s and 90s. But they also passed himself off as being holier than thou. And if they didn't get any money from everybody else, they were going to die. People believed them because they thought. Yeah. Roman Empire didn't have that kind of problem. All they had was the money and the power. And the smaller people had to struggle to survive and support the big ass regime. While they kept picking up people left and right to be soldiers and conquering more and more lands, expanding forth, it's no wonder the whole empire collapsed. Split itself into two different chunks. One chunk went awry and just disappeared. And the other one lasted while having a smaller version of itself until they disappeared. Yeah, you check into history records on that one. There's loads of information about those. But as I was trying to understand about U.S. and world history, going through classes left and right, I was trying to see how did it relate to our time right now? How does it relate to our thinking right now? We have an empire of ourselves. We try to spread the word of capitalism and democracy to left and right to people. We got an autocratic societies being built up left and right. The one person, one ring rules them all. We got people reliving the Lord of the Rings at this point. It just never ceases to amaze me how screwed up we are in our country. We want to show how pride, we want to show our patriotism, we want to show everything else that makes us great again. And the problem is, we're subjugating, we want more guns, more violence, more people bleeding in the streets, cops beating everybody else up. We're supposed to be supporting them, and yet we wanted to fund the living crap out of them. We're getting more and more videos out there in social media passing up around. Some people are actually approving it, and other people are shaking their heads because they're seeing the reality of it. But to blame it on everybody else, but they'll never take the responsibility, transparency, or accountability. My God, if they actually did that, they'd be adults. No, I'm sorry, adults do the other thing. They act like toddler brains. They'll go in Congress, scream and yell at people left and right. They'll go to state legislatures, scream and yell and blame other people, kick other people out because they got called on the damn thing. They'll take money under the table because the other businesses want their businesses to be run without rules and regulations. They want to rake in all the resources, all the money, and we're screwed left and right. Welcome to reality check. Yeah, I got a problem against elitism. I'm not there for communism or socialism because those things people keep forgetting what the hell they mean. You have to check out Merriam-Webster's dictionary on that, on the terminology, what communism and socialism is. Then you got to see the examples of what's happened over the past century and a half. Communism, socialism. This was a thing that the 20th century, the later half of the 19th century to the 20th century created this monster, where the power elite consolidated everything under their own roof and had a military force to back it up. But we're supposed to be happy with that? And if we're going to be calling it a democracy, have these assholes keep voting in because the people would love them, because the people are forced to love them, convinced one way or another. The socialism is the situation over here. We're checking through Karl Marx and what he considered about the classless situations. He hated classes. He wanted one class, the working class. He wanted the Bolsheviks. We're the working staffs. We work with each other. Everything's supposed to be communal. Except in a communal situation, we're supposed to have either groups elected or selected that'll oversee and help advise and guide us. Instead, they become the elitism. They become the autocratic society. China turned out to be the same damn way. Mao's little red book for convincing everybody else to follow this way or else. And it's still out there online for people to read. Not to mention Karl Marx's works. We did have communism in the United States. We had it ongoing in smaller groups left and right. Scared the hell out of people when you had people living in communes, working and living together in peace. Scared the hell out of them because it wasn't capitalism, it wasn't money making, it wasn't manifest destiny. But we had to knock their heads out anyway because they were trying to live in peace. They understood about the laws and they wanted to live under the laws. They wanted to live under harmony. I'm sorry, that's not America. We want discord, we want chaos, we want money, we want power. Welcome to an empire building. So we had Joseph McCarthy out there getting pissed off, and he wants to build up his own power base. Sound familiar? And he goes after people left and right because they may or may not be communist sympathizers, and if they are communist, they're against the American way. They're against the American flag. Therefore, they must be hunted down, exposed, eliminated, jailed. They must be the enemy. They are the them versus the us. What happened to McCarthy and his trials? Oh yeah, he went after the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. That took his ass down. Decades later, we got the same situation happening right now. People who love and fell in love with a gas bag at this point over here. Make America great again. Yeah, we screwed ourselves on this one here. People in the world, people of the world didn't like Trump. Trump said he could get along with everybody. Bullshit. How come leaders distance themselves away from him, except for the autocratic leaders who looked at Trump as a buffoon? And everybody else who followed him up to this day, up to this time period. They want to make America great again by doing bloodshed on everybody. That's the American way. We know how to kill each other, don't we? We know how to ruin our lives, one way or another. And this is how we're doing it to each other. We lie, we bullshit each other left and right. We convince ourselves we're doing it because we're the greater good. We're doing it for the greater good. We're doing it for America. We got to make America great again. How are we supposed to be doing that already? How many body bags we're supposed to be filling up? How many laws are we supposed to be breaking? How many people we're supposed to be hurting in the process just to make America great again? Under whose vision Are we following this? Whose vision? What is the vision? What is the wokeism? What is all this crap that people are throwing out left and right? Holy shit. Oy. I'm not bourgeois. And the thing is, I understand a little bit more about socialism than I care to admit. But does it mean I agree with it? No. I understand the principles of it, yeah. Here's the thing concerning about socialism. They call us about a democratic socialist. These assholes keep forgetting what the hell services they're asking for because it has to come out of our own damn pockets for it. You want the food? You got to pay for it. How are you going to pay for the food? Well, you need to work your ass off, don't you? Okay, so your taxes go in. You're paying for food. You're paying for the processed and you're paying for the natural stuff. Where the money goes? Well, in some corporate's pocketbook, right? So they're going in some pocketbook. Then what? Maybe some of that money gets filtered back somehow to the people who actually farmed the stuff. So we're actually paying farmers and process companies to give us the food necessary to kill ourselves with. You want the roads? Okay, how are you going to get the roads? Well, you need materials for it. Okay, how do you get the materials for it? Where do you get the materials for it? How are you going to be paying for this stuff? Who's going to be doing the job? Where is the job going to be done? You need manual labor for it. You need machinery for it. You need materials for it. You need money for that. Guess what it comes out of? Your pocketbook. You want the damn road? Pay for it. You want a car? Car has materials. Materials cost money. You're going to be paying for a piece of junk that's going to be getting you from point A to point B. It needs liquids. It needs mechanical work on it. It needs parts for it. You got to pay for it out of your own damn pocket. Where are you going to get the money? You have to go to places to work for it. And you work your asses off for it. And you work your asses off for it more. Either by minimum wage or by upper wages. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you get the upper wages? Do you qualify for them? I mean, actually doing good in your job at this point for doing it? And what if you're a self-starter? Which means you got to be working your ass off 24/7 just to make sure you got sufficient fund to live or survive or transportation or whatever. But you got to bust your ass for this one. And they take money out of your pocket. Ooh, why are we taking money out of your pocket for? Well, let's see. You want fire services? You want police protection? Yeah. They're nice. We need fire protection. We need a rescue ambulance. We need a fire station. We need everything else going regarding the fire stuff. And we need police. We need security. We need guns. That cost, asshole. Where's it coming from? Out of your pocket. So now you get the assholes with the guns on her. And they're saying, well, we're the law. No. I just want a police protection to protect me. Oh, no. Here's the thing. We don't have any laws. So you just paid these bunch of thugs here and gave them guns. Guess what? Now they're going to tell you what to do. No! I need to make laws. Well, you need politicians to do that. You need court systems to back it up. And of course, you already got the thugs. So are the thugs going to be working for the law or against the law? You need a country? You want to live in a country? Do you want to live in a place that actually matters the most? Money, territory, takes more and more resources. More and more resources. Now I need a bureaucracy to run the whole damn thing. More and more money, more resources coming out of your pocket, asshole. You're still working your ass off for a living. Do you want freedom? Do you want democracy? Do you want the right to say something? To be processed, handled fairly? Do you want to vote? You say we're a democratic socialist. You'd probably say I'm a democratic socialist. We're all socialists, you asshole. Taxes are coming out of your pocket, left and right, to pay for shit. You want your fucking guns? You got to pay the gun manufacturers for the pleasure of their death machines. Thank you very much. But we still need laws to rule and govern over them, to regulate them, to make sure that we're not trying to kill people on purpose. If it's by accident, depends on what the laws say. If we have judges out there to judge it, well, we got to coming out of your pocket again. See, everything comes out of your pocket. Comes out of your labor, out of your sweat, everything. You want a society? Right out of your pocket. Hello? Get it? You think you're going to be doing it all by yourself? You think you're going to be a farmer? If you live in a city, did you learn how to farm? You need material. You need manual labor. You need. Money, 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 money. Labor, 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 labor. Taxes, taxes, taxes. Welcome to human society, schmucks. And this is learning about it when I was in kindergarten and also in elementary school. The hard way. Books. Reading goes through the eyeballs into the brain and sorts itself out. We have things called books, which are hardcover or soft cover with these flimsy things called paper, milled paper, processed paper, paper that actually has ink on them. And people actually wrote them down for other people to read. But can people read? They need to be taught how to read. They need to be taught. Money, 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 money. See, everything around you. You gotta understand what the hell you're doing and talking about. Otherwise, go back to bed and deal with your own candy land and just let your body rot. Just lay down there and rot. Otherwise, you got to participate in life. You got to participate in living. You got to participate, period. My God, you're a socialist now.